Ladies and gentlemen, on a morning, good morning. Today, on August 16th, 2023. Myself, Corey Koita, Cashbox, today, there. They can talk to that today small. Masudaki, my voice is kind of low. I did that was first. I know we thought I would place it, so I don't go ala ala for me picking and then I don't can wake them and go vex for me. So, when I bear with me tone, I know come as usual. But of course, there's certain things we need for discuss. Cashbox self himself, they struggle small with a bit of a time zone issue, and comrade, okay, normal. So now go hear more from comrade. But we try, we say for talk to one until they don't say small. Of course, comrade they tell me, say, hey, they ask, the old man, what happened? I say, hey, well, how for do. But anyways, over the past few days, past few weeks, a lot of things don't happen, and I think we get you know, um, an opportunity now for come and discuss some of those issues. Not all we go talk about, but especially like today, which we will discuss now. So we see exactly what they happen with young man them and young woman them across Sierra Leone. The way we politicians over the years don't they use we brothers and sisters them. Instead of them create an environment where people can go out and fend for themselves, create proper job opportunities, build a system, build we institutions them for work for we young brothers and sisters them. But waiting and continue for doing that for use them and dump them, and I see, what happened to this guy, what do they call Arata, with the SLPP used as a thug, over the past 5 years.
Arata Paupa.
Arata Paupa, every Sierra Leonean know that guy, as the guy where he pass around and, conducts himself in a very violent manner. They go and chop people, they kill people, them, they attack people, them for the SLPP, the name of the SLPP. And we get a government where come a power where they talk about, say, the Gafo can get rid of lawlessness, but they like it today, we see how that guy, they pass up and down for 5 years, no prosecutions, and police station, and they say, where you go, when they tell you point blank, say, in case, they pass now, yeah. You see, but this goes to a broader problem according, where Comrade Koita talk now in the background. In as much as we say yes, forbid that way, but not to we celebrate as well. One life lost, it means a lot. So Sierra Leoneans, we know say a lot of them they express on happiness on how on a glad because this guy has been a reign of terror now in our community them, especially that lonely area. I want to get peace of mind. We see go to markets, they go, go attack the market to man them. We see they attack people and all kind of stuff. But I want to think about waiting to happen in our nation. And this is not for every young man in that country. They Leona get a time for reflect and think about some of the issues them. We want to continue for allowing ourselves to be used. Because this is very pathetic. It's very sad. Bro, they lost with young brother and young sister them in any kind of way or that kind of way. So they kind of a public execution and they summarily executed. Retributive justice not to see what one now nation. We want if anybody commit a crime, we'll use the justice system effectively for take care of them and make sure say we bring them to book. So Salon and anything we can discuss this issue as so small at a broader perspective, on a broader
And,
scale.
and Ibrahim, you see, moving forward, we talk and say, we will not they ever support mob justice. Ibrahim, the same way that because of mob justice, make them count so many laws them for trying for save mortal them, human life them. Because in this same mob justice, they don't kill innocent people them under this mob justice. Ibrahim, anybody don't commit crime over the years as alone, especially these 5 years of President View, one day they must try them. Justice that you know they ever see don't let people commit with impunity, but equally Ibrahim. For letting we self say now they take the justice that we can. As you say, every life as alone important. We always want for make law young man and no say politicians over the years, and that are not be popular past highway. You know, be popular past the justice Joseph, you know, be popular past people and then Ibrahim, where they don't come, where they name them, till today, which we call the stigma, how they end. All them people are politicians, they make them very, very powerful. Arata get picture, if say, yeah, mother baby, this, now, if you want to see mother baby, pass see Arata. Say, go see Arata, go see Badabu, because the strategy of these people, and for kind of young man, them make them useful in a violent manner. When they achieve their aim, go to position them, they make them very useless, make them very reckless. They don't even care for them. They know they create avenue for them. And we on platform talk and say, all what we ask for, create an opportunity for that the person gets. But the young man as a long time, I tell you, 80% of them for today believe say the political politics again 500,000 per day. If you are 5 million, you need to do for sustaining forever. So then believe say, let you go no more, let the man care. Instead, the man say they go work, they pay you, you will sustain the family, change your life. Then believe in that mentality of say, we something happen and we'll get Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
One, and there are more Aratas than they. There are more Aratas than they. Within all political parties, including the APC, there are more Aratas than they. Within create violence on them, company from the political party, from opposition, from under the people them. We don't see Ibrahim go happen na bo. Within the go born people out there, born my memory by house. Tap people them. Look what's happening now. In the name of this SLPP politics, they call this violent politics proper. We go tap over the elections, we see them all over. Then they go and create violence. When Nasu Arata in day, and there are more of Aratas. Let me tell you something, Ibrahim. We'll get a long way to go because the young man is alone, the youth is alone up to this time. They still believe in this mentality of not believing in themselves. You keep on believing in your ability. Arata, when I don't say, they see picture, they post and they laugh. Nasu will be there yesterday, but now they don't get Mutuka, they Arata be Arata Papa, and Mutuka. Then no see Arata in the work. Again, rapport. In the man of the work, you know a plan. You say the problem for buy TL. So we get for selling Mutuka. Una Arata and company them.
When you talk about the Motoka with Indian, so good morning, guys. And by the way, it's good having you guys again. You know, I think I missed this. Come on, when you talk about Motoka, so why make the Indian Motoka? Now, because Arata can complain for the nasty thing the way he don't do for them. But you know, they left them in the limbo at the time. They not be get in time. So it cry out in the public, now make them go buy brand new motoka for
you say, and you know the bam Skashi, at that time, the 1-0 election been there around the corner, they wanted to use it again. And that same motoka they use when they go program ballot box and that's a motoka, then they use when they go program ballot box. So there are a lot of Aratas and DBN. Look don't pull. Inside they use them, say we come to power and kill them.
Yeah.
When they come on say they go to party and say they celebrate and say they make party. This is somebody in Peking, that's somebody in Papa, that's somebody in brother. So you see, Cashbox, all political parties are saloon. They see, I think they have pressure in this team.
Just clarify when you see that party, let them know that that's what they arrest them like arrest.
When they arrest inside it, where you go, na party go make that say, you come to the whole city, na party they go make, tell and go the big pull each all. Then instead of it all the team, well, you know, Ibrahim, the people of Syria, the young man as alone, if they know wise up, we go for loss. Many of people, Ibrahim, that tell you, political frustration not make people we is minded. Educated people not become educated fool, they not become stupid fool, they not become reckless. You know, job because they don't believe in themselves. Ibrahim, what's in bad for let we hold them popularity. Not give me money, give me opportunity for it. If they go pay 50,000 for month, you better pass it to go to that position, go to run to them, pass locally, give 10,000. Let me show you the way. And because of this team, as you hold on the talker, then they keep prepare attack party so that then they control the narratives of them. Wait on them, don't be like old motoka, like old clothes or like old shoes. And that's and then they send the pictures to you. 4 years ago, Ibrahim, and that's how been powerful in your friend, mad at you. The same mad at you when they don't like in regiment. They married the shape Ibrahim. They no get shame for so okay, now use them more time. I would not pay a penny for them. They no mind for take how much million spend up on drugs, how much million spend up on rum, then they take that in the still go build something. Now the human capital development is that's an issue.
Absolutely.
Human capital development is a coming party now. Now they talk say they count human capital development. Now the one do the petrol and I end up for 20 class. You go from you go rob and kill them. Imagine they say human capital development.
Exactly, comrade. You know, to that point.
Before you, okay, come on.
Oh no, go ahead, Kashi. I mean, just to say no more to that point where comrade makes. So you know,
like this is waiting we've been on this consistently. Like waiting comrade talk. So, you know, if you watch now social media and this government, the people have already brag about killing people for the sake of SLPP, get more chance to be promoted. Ibrahim, in fact, like we culture on that we country now. When you brag, when you protect these individuals and fight for them in a very negative way, in a way for kill other people and other opponents of this government, the more you get chance for make them promote you, Ibrahim. I saw a video yesterday. Nah, soldier man or so, where they talk about say, oh, una come on, I don't know more, we go kill una like I answer the I look at this man and say, you know what? It is time for fight for a promotion. It is fight for make them they recognize them because that has been the pattern.
Kashi, I know the guy we talk. I think that guy we do one video from Holland or Turkey or something. We say getting pistol in ready, blah blah blah. There was a while back that guy that you talk so also.
I don't know, but like so. You know, it's like I say, like this guy wear like a green top. Apparently, they say now senior man at the army.
Nah, lie. I know the guy you talk Kashi. That guy did.
Glasses.
Yeah, he wear glasses.
Like
Naim.
Yes.
When they mentioned that before, they mentioned that useless war. Yeah,
yes,
talk
exactly.
about yes.
Yeah. Talk about like say like come on more.
No, Naim.
What he's doing right there, you know, it wants to be
recognized. Yep.
You know, for men to say, you know, you protect pauper.
Yes.
You know, if you don't take traditional, when they go recognize, they go say, but now we don't fight for this party. This is how people and they think, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
Remember, you sent me like a video. I think comrade, you get them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Where they analyze about this town in Italy.
Yeah.
Where like it's a worrying sign that the population, the youthful population, in fact, the amount of birth rate and death rate, Ibrahim, the death rate exceeds the birth rate in Italy. They're worried about their population, Ibrahim. Hey God!
Right.
When I saw that, Ibrahim, I saw Africa.
Exactly.
You know, remember Africa. We don't get this whole thing about, you know, I don't want to be nasty or homophobic or whatever, but we get this thing where we like we the born picking. You know, the West, Ibrahim, they struggle because of like the whole
homosexuality.
No, the ideology is woman they married woman, man they married man.
Yes.
So and then even then the way they married now, so the man they say them no want to care born, so they married say we don't want to care at all, no want to care at all. They just the two things correct. So we get the opportunity, and Africa will always get the opportunity.
Yeah,
we get an opportunity.
Ibrahim, you go know more about this in America. As I talk to you right now,
right
in Texas, Elon Musk, they sponsor like you know, like this whole egg development for people and the born picking and all that. Right now, they promote that. They spend money, invest in it. Ibrahim, you see the worst of population, Ibrahim. Very, very soon, you know, them Western countries, the population they go down. I mean, look at the video you said about Italy.
Exactly.
And interestingly, yesterday I was watching Bloomberg. They say Elon Musk right now, Monday, Elon Musk right now they invest in Texas for like, you know, like the embryos, like the eggs and all that thing in Ibrahim, just for fertility and all that thing. They say they can spend money right now.
Right.
Ibrahim population something.
What you make if you say China and India they grow so rapidly, then they make use of the population where they get.
Exactly.
Well, you good not to say they gent you, but the population they have for let them come out, let them be a force for them because they make use of the population. 1.something billion cash, then they make use of them proper. So now in the help them.
Yeah.
We don't just get the population, we get the one way they ready for we'll get the resources inside, the natural resources.
Yeah.
So you see, let me tell you something, Ibrahim. You see, anyway, Lord begin to play see. This week we begin a story why we get to this point. So this week. Absolutely. Because I think we don't overdue for what we can now for start the analysis, not to 1 day, not to 1 month analysis, why we get to this point.
Absolutely.
Because we didn't get here by accident. I go to check and see what did happen as alone to accidents. It's a deliberate ploy. Now, we don't say they don't plan, but this time around, now it's a deliberate ploy. All politicians and people they come together in a saloon because not just politicians. People that will be within a governance, politicians they come together, they gang up against the nation.
Yeah.
And the people that win are the masses there. Now then they go and clap for them, jubilate for them.
Yeah.
Then they don't put a arata. Now don't go so now. They don't go so now today. They make the picture all over. You don't naked in the street. Now human being. We the talk out of humanity. Say enough of this. Not to for jubilate. everybody in that one, not to do for jubilate. Why they don't make a useful? Why on that you tenor, you don't use them for let them take drugs, for let them be radical, let them kill people them. Then you don't come now. You say, why you not go turn them to other thing else? That's my question against politicians.
Absolutely.
Why when I don't go turn them on the other thing else? Okay, you don't do it well this way. Now I don't go opportunity. Create a venue, Ibrahim, that's why not going to go to the airport. If you security, clean and safe on our key.
Yeah.
Why not the you say now? Say, okay, can they become they pay you? Why not turn to other thing else? But then they keep them on there always for their advantage. Ibrahim, the youth of Sierra Leone, we go for brutally change them, their mindset.
Absolutely.
The bigger picture, Ibrahim, the bigger picture is this. The image where it creates. Again, Ibrahim, this C word where we play with Salon. You know, when you look at Africa, you look at West Africa, you look at ECOWAS, where they rob more than Niger like today. You watch the Macky Sall, you watch the Alassane Ouattara, you look at like the Tinubu, you look at the Madabio, them, you look at these people, you laugh. You cannot but for laugh. Ibrahim,
I can
you
imagine.
just cannot but for laugh.
It's sad.
You know, when the guys talk about democracy, Ibrahim, you see the C word is what we're destroying in Africa. Ibrahim, like when comrade they talk just now, not only we get the human capital, like as I tell you right now, Africa, 1.3 billion people, 54 nations, but yet still 1 grain France, 1 grain UK, 1 grain Germany, 1 grain Japan, 1 grain China, 1 grain America. They make money past the entire Africa.
Yes.
Entire Africa.
Because we get inept traders.
So individually, they make money past the entire Africa. Where did these guys get the natural resources from?
Africa.
We don't talk this thing over and over.
Exactly.
The Elon Musk, the electric battery, the timber, most of them they come out now Africa, Ibrahim. But yet still Africa cannot make use of all lands in there. We they destroy the sea world confidence, Ibrahim. Because like now people in the Gladi where they kill at Arata. But whose image will they create to we country about we country? Whose image will they create? Where mob justice don't take control, don't take charge of the nation. What did we expect, for God's sake? How we expect Salon to grow, Ibrahim?
Absolutely.
If the sea what is being destroyed every day, not the sea what is being destroyed by our institutions, the sea what is being destroyed by our media, by the parliament, the military, but mob justice, the youth them, the sea what is being destroyed by drugs, Ibrahim. You see people and they take drugs down in that country. Rampantly, youth are being destroyed. Because of drugs, Ibrahim. You see what they've been destroyed by everything, even the government, even the opposition, they see what is being destroyed, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
Like now, they don't sit and say, but as come when they say, we go get there. How did we get to this place? This is about time we need for beginning to analyze these things, Ibrahim. It don't ripe enough for make we analyze these things. Because like now, we see
it don't long overdue, Kashi. They don't long overdue. And we're not going to keep for more fancy matter, or they see who brothers or sisters, then they go down the drain. Then they're picking them. Tell me one politician we don't see picking go down the drain like I go down the drain. So tell me one when picking and don't look and don't beat and don't kill for this 5 year one.
The other terrible thing is the fact that we were keeping this analysis just because we think say, the APC they fight. But it looked like I say they want him to go into like the compromise mode.
No, Kashi, let me say this one thing. Kashi. No, Kashi, what you get for do? No, Kashi, what will the first try now for end the promotion mentality because they're still on there now. Now for end the promotion mentality, we need to allow anybody to get for promotion to them because it's high time now we take now brutally. You get for this. Let me tell you on this time moving train.
Right.
We don't need no hypocrites inside the moving train. Now honest people need cash it. This train we don't start so now moving train, and the train need honesty. Nothing.
Absolutely.
Nothing.
It's terrible, Kashi and Comrade. To that point, what they make. So of course, definitely, for 5 years, we constantly. Comrade can say, for being, a conformist, be a non-conformist. There's this theory about conforming, where certain people, easily they don't sway them. Their mind, they never have a mind on their own. And this is within the happening with country Sierra Leone as a whole. You get a lot of people who want to get a mind of their own. They are easily swayed with foolishness. The slightest thing where anybody can tell them, the last 2 days, they take their value. Then they say, okay, let me sit on this and reflect on them. Let me think for myself. We get in Sierra Leone today where a lot of people not they think for themselves. They're just, lost souls basically. And this not to say na small picking them, this now old padre, old mommy them, people that we expect much from as well. Because they cannot just think for themselves and have a mind of their own. And we see them, they reflect on the young population as well. And our responsibility that they, for make sure say we fix that problem, they will go fix them. So again, when it comes to people like the Aratas, we're not glad for seeing demise. We're not glad for CIA end so, but it goes back to the bigger picture. You as a young man coming up, you see that, but people then get a very short retentive memory. This already allow so that 1 2 week, 2 week, they don't forget. Then go back into this. They allow politicians for use them, because again, Africa, Comrade Nkashi, what we see that Africa is politicians them don't make politics. They're not the only farmer. Not the only farm.
Yeah.
If you're
What
not there
industry?
inside
Yeah.
it, thank you.
Yeah.
You're not there inside it, you're not eat. That is
Yeah.
the problem in Africa. And at this way, one level, young people don't understand, say, we get the responsibility for hold these leaders accountable. I think that wave of revolutions coming across Africa, the time is now, because young people don't become very, very, intelligent. This age of the fourth industrial revolution, this social media also don't bring a lot of experiences to young people. All we need now is good leadership for steer the people of Africa, especially Sierra Leone as well. Sierra Leoneans are very, very, a lot of we, the population is highly, highly intelligent. A lot of Sierra Leoneans, they don't wake up, they don't see, they understand what it is. But what we lack now as our leadership. And if we get the right leadership, I'm telling you, Kashi and Comrade, Sierra Leone can be transformed in no time. And we're getting there, and that is the thing. And people like Aratas could cease for exist. We see what they happen. Arata in a physical violence and thuggery, we see they can't go around. But what about the one that we know around, we really preach the actual violence and thuggery, and for make sure say we get a society where people just believe in foolishness and violence. It is like that's the only way. But we see politicians, they feed off of this as well. Politicians are excited every day that then they push this violence, because again, like I will say, not when they're picking and they get affected. Oh, una look around now, na Sierra Leone. Una look around on yourself. All the politicians, them from the SLPP, the APC, everybody in politics. Una show me them picking every one day when I don't see where they end the kind where they way the Aratas and all these other people they end in violence. Comrade Nkashi, there's another trend where I see where I want for Rob Motzman back small, where I see people mostly I can see them boy they work there help people. Then sometimes they go commit a crime or they go thief. Then people they share them video and they say, look how the SLPP that they all and they say and they beat them, violence. I see again, I don't see APC on the both sides of the aisle, where APC polo. First of all, some of them man then young man they wear them polo then they become a free then a lot of them, not for say they even support a certain political party, either APC or SLPP. Just because somebody wear APC polo don't mean they support APC, or if you wear SLPP polo don't mean they support SLPP. So, but this is the thing where they see that candidate and they violently they beat people, then they sing, say, look at the APC polo you wear, or the SLPP polo you wear. With people that they celebrate this year, the country don't become so toxic that if you wear a political party polo, where I believe, say, in my normal sense, in a sober sense, me not, I don't believe in even wearing political party polo. Comrade and Kashi, if you watch the politician, it's safe, where within the campaign, when I watched, even APC, a lot of them, then they don't wear polo, so forget somebody come on and face. They go wear something very close to hair, they get small white parami mix and this and that. But una they wear them polo, then they set on herself against on herself. So una go attack on herself because person see you now you wear APC polo or you wear SLPP polo. You do any half thing, they say look at the APC, una look at the video and beat up, all and stuff like that. All of that it goes to the sense of intelligence again. My brothers and sisters, them una get for lack on ourselves first. Now una get for look on ourselves and say, what thing? Enough is enough. No. Let me not allow politicians for continuously they use we. I'm like for think this and say, let we not allow them politicians for use me. Young brothers and young sisters, una come together, una band together. And until that happens in that country, they will not go anywhere. But one thing I know say a lot of Sierra Leoneans don't be aware. So again, we don't celebrate the death of Arata. We don't celebrate that because for Biso, every life should be much more valuable. But we for make sure say we look at the bigger problem underneath what they cause all of this. Now for look into and say we book your food, the guy come recruit I can say, no look how you go for them. Look how you book your food. Now the season of Sierra Leone like today. So anytime we're getting kind of problem there, we see the kush epidemic as well, Kashi. Anytime we're getting kind of problem there,
Yeah.
they'll look
Yeah.
under with foot. They'll look us out
Yeah.
back with foot. Look at what's in the happen, Kashi. Look at the communities taking the bold step up on themselves now. You see, this Naime can say, I have faith in Sierra Leone, Kashi. I get faith in the people of Sierra Leone. I believe in the
Absolutely.
people of Sierra Leone. Kashi, Kashi, like I was going to analyze all this. I want to talk about this. People don't understand the responsibilities of parliament. And Kashi, as part of my drive over the next few days, if I do single audio them for the next few weeks or so, I get chance for do single audio, I get for biggie ask for every member of parliament. We don't need a parliament for the past 15 years. Let them show me a legislation, a bill, where they put forward will benefit Sierra Leoneans. I want to see them. And I challenge every member of parliament inside the APC because the SLPP they go, "Yeah," but they don't go answer. But the APC will get a small stake on. But every member of parliament, waiting a bill with them pass in parliament, waiting a write up, cashing out we see every now and again. This kush epidemic, parliament was functioning when this kush wahala began. There was never a point where the parliamentarian, especially the APC party, they say, okay, let's write a bill for make sure say, oh, even not in reach to a bill for protect the citizens, the life of the citizens. But let we present because actually we always talk about section 86 too. You see, you say, they allow me for I do this, I don't do this. But I'll come and talk to the people. Communication is very effective, it's very important now.
Yeah.
So, Kashi, I want to see whose bill will them pass because look at the people of Sierra Leone within the community now. They stand up for defend and protect the young brother them. Whether the responsibility is down there of leaders within a country, but the people they take up on themselves. So I want to see whose effort the parliamentarians that we make instead of just to pass all kind bill for PR system, the elections, public elections act, the all kind nonsense with them pass. Whose bill will them pass?
Ibrahim, when you talk about like the parliament, so you see one crucial thing where I was reflecting on the whole election, yesterday. And one thing that came to mind, or we jogged my mind, that the fact that you see we always dey talk say parliamentarian and get for reading right. Ibrahim, if like something we kind of in mind, I was like, you know what? Maybe since then we need for begin the because of on that level we either need for make like we parliament begin the talk trio so they will comprehend things them better. We worry, Ibrahim. Like, for instance, you go take somebody with a Peter or somebody with and them, we know we country with no disrespect at all to these people. Where and them then land this job like manually. You go take them care and go na theater like for make you go operate in your family member or anything. Can you do that?
No.
You see, Ibrahim, and this is the problem we get. And whilst I was reflecting on this, and I didn't say that just like don't believe say that formal education no more now they save salon and all that. However, if we are not saying I just read and write, Ibrahim, I can read and write, but I cannot comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
And waiting happened within the last 5 years, so Ibrahim, it gets a lot to do with comprehension. Do you know? Like this is something I do audio. I did like an audio about like few months ago, before leading to the election.
Right.
When everybody really complain about the election act and all that. Do you know, Ibrahim? Whilst they were complaining about Mohammed Kanal recording for publish the voters list, Ibrahim, it wasn't in the act. It wasn't mandatory in the act for say if we publish the data.
Yeah.
Ibrahim, then I want to say, why would Parliament sit by crucial thing like that? They don't put under the act. The only thing the lawyers were fighting for is as a result of precedents, best practice, and all that thing. But it wasn't mandatory, Ibrahim. This kind of like get me thinking, say, okay, you don't just read it, right? Because if you just read, waiting somebody write, and if you just write, waiting somebody for read, without comprehending and expanding and say, waiting wrong now, then something is wrong, Ibrahim, with society. And this is the reason. Parliaments are in the make laws them with a shift with life, Ibrahim. But yet still with a go give mediocres them. If that is the case, let me begin to talk Creole inside Parliament. So at least people actually understand exactly. Not so that if the Creole they understand, let them talk Creole so they will understand and comprehend properly.
Well, Kashi,
rather than go to when they comprehend with comprehending properly, because these are the people the way they do make laws them, and some of these people they don't kind of like that updates them. No disrespect Ibrahim, but they cannot comprehend proper English because I can't complain.
Yeah, actually, the parliament, I don't see say don't become a business, and these are some of the questions we'll go for ask all of these members of parliament. How did they go inside parliament? That based on merits, on how would I get the money for you for bribe somewhere or pay money somewhere, or would they pick no more I want for pick for them and go represent in the parliament? Because we don't see the parliamentarian and them all day in factions. Everybody get to that pick and for them.
But the recent MP went to the parliament. What was his excuse? They say don't spend too much money for Cooper back. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? So that business, I tell you, say parliament a farm. I don't they tell on a come. We already talk. We already discuss a farm. Like the only way that the way people they get money in the country. So man they go spend. So we can inside the politics go get the money back. But actually, to that point where you make about say na Creole, anybody able for comprehend proper English. First of all, never go to parliament. So there is no place than they for them.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's either if you not because those are reading right, because they're not reading right, Ibrahim. You can read something but you cannot comprehend it well. You can write something but you cannot comprehend it well, or other person will comprehend them well. Ibrahim, the problem is either we have proper system where people we begin to do reading and comprehension. It's not just about reading, Ibrahim. Because how somebody go write law no more, you're not able to comprehend, you're not able to kind of like expand on that thing the way the person writes. It goes back to like the election act where they talk. It's either we raise the bar, or we begin to create white people actually so people can comprehend the laws that are being passed and being made in the parliament, Ibrahim.
I got you, Gashi. But Gashi, not giving that excuse to my brother. We not for make them be too easy. It's like open goal landing for them, bruh. You go to parliament first of all. We say it goes to the point, Gashi. How many guys they are sabi within our parliamentarian for put a bill together? The process is involved in writing
the reason why I'm creating that option, because again, you can get somebody we no go better school, but again the heart of the people.
Gashi, we're ready for
that option. And remember, like the generation don't be killed as because past politicians did not empower the nation. So I think we have to make that such provision until when we actually kind of like get Salon Usai for day educationally.
Yeah,
make that provision.
Okay, that's a good point too. Because we want a parliament where even a carpenter, well, I need people that want that community
exactly.
But Kashi, that is where you get a staff, right? You get people with intellectuals around you. For make sure say anything where you put your hand on where you say you back or you support a particular legislation or particular bill, you forget those intellectuals before waiting, because they will not minimize the still regardless of whether the people they want, they will not minimize the efficacy and the effectiveness and what's in parliament for represent.
That's a good point, because you talk about staff.
Yeah.
You even the parliament, you get some people the way then they pay them. I think the law give them for me to pay two people them or something like that.
Right.
That money then in their pockets they go back, or
of course.
Like them when they pay them for that. So
exactly.
the final say some people then for pay somebody for where they can help them for interpret things, them look into laws, them then they go spend them picking where they give free money. It can well be.
Yeah, because this is a whole point on itself. If we take notes of we can discuss lengthily, because what I want for the law charge members of parliament, they all show we whose legislation or bill within pass the parliament will benefit the lives of the people. Where you take like the healthcare sector, you take the kush epidemic, the drug epidemic in the country, whose legislation or bill within put forward for make sure say they protect the lives of citizens in that country. When you look at the educational system, we go for ask members of parliament for show we. Now then we go for teach we people them, because now their responsibility. When you look at the declining state of affairs in our country, you look at the electricity problem, the water problem. I want to see the members of parliament and show it. And a lot of this is in the docket, it in the Hansard. Any bill we member of parliament put forward, for see and well for no, right? So these are the things. So I think it could be a whole topic actually. But like you say, a lot of extend this. Yeah, and two don't talk about this the young man there. I think so give them a recap, young woman them as well. Don't allow yourself to be used. We see say politicians, they don't make politics don't become the farm in the country. If you're not politically affiliated or connected, they for it. That don't affect the country. So we got for change that mentality that they fight that we got for embark on. So Arata in death, not until they celebrate because it's a life, and we also have to make life, and any life we lost, it means a lot to we. So therefore, Arata we see this way, get mama, get papa, the people away attack and kill and get mama and get papa them. The government we supposed before stop that foolishness. They not stop up. They allow them for continue. So there is a bigger problem where we as a people for look at and say enough is enough for them continue for use we so we brothers and sisters them. And it happen in all political parties. But we just want to be aware and be careful and not say what you do today get 400 tomorrow. But still, at the end of the day, we won't forget a proper system of governance where they ensure say political thuggery shouldn't be a thing. Comrade and Kashi, to top up this issue here, we see that guy who didn't kill. I don't forget the state now, so my brain not to wake up yet. But um, now, yeah, the American, I don't forget the state. So Utah.
The
Yes,
guy we
yes.
threatened the
Right,
president or so.
right. We threaten the president. And I want to tell some people in this. Most people in this getting the president every day now when they die. Because then they go and go for go arrest them. They no say for comply easily. Then comply, then they arrest them, then prosecute them. Some other they even go jail, then they warn them, they put them probation. That's the end of it. If not possible, get gun license, then they take all in gun iron and stuff like that. Every day from which Trump kind of power, America don't become very divided country for sure. So then they threaten all day with the kill Biden. Anybody we didn't get that information, then they go, they make sure say, then get a warrant, then go question you, then go bring you in for questioning. Because then see say a lot of times in the past they not take proactive actions, and so then guy they don't turn out for then use them threats them effectively against some members of parliament, against some representatives them, where they go they attack them because we think do they say bona idle threats, not a better thing, and then I get some kind of weapon the way the military they don't get safe. So this I don't say the military don't get time, but other parts of the world. But so then guy getting sniper rifle there, within the loot and I God sabi, but then get the rifle then they. So this guy will threaten. Not for say the FBI go say then go kill him. Oh, no, not America. America don't get that kind of system. There. But when you go there and go for arrest, you resist arrest to the point where you then feel say their life is threatened, then get the right for react proportionately. And that was what they
Ibrahim,
did.
I love the fact you came up with this point because people were saying, oh, like, so the clarity of on this is the fact that it was because he resisted arrest, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Kashi, every day they arrest people and I always get in. And they go kill.
Yeah.
Then they go arrest them.
Yeah.
It didn't news. They make, but people know they see the news. Then they know so the only the bad effects. The one we turn out for being the negative that you go see. But now with society now Africa now one thing and the way we know they do. Who don't understand we don't want to threaten Marabio. Who they so Kashi? We don't want we know they ever can threaten so they kill Marabio. Under those circumstances, no, that is not our place because you don't get a right for threatening anybody. Say you will kill them, and they do wrong, and I make you get leader them. We for hold them accountable. So anybody who in social media says they say go kill this, or go kill that, is part of the problem. We get responsible leaders. Them, they even reach to that point. With the leaders that do what they for do for ensure say them prevent that president in any country not for kill people. Well, America, Joe Biden, no de paraneo. Joe Biden already that foolishness. Joe Biden they do what they do, but people don't become so radicalized with this. Donald Trump in presidency. They don't become so radicalized. It's so shameful for America at this point in time. We would look at what they happen, they like especially like within the SLPP. We actually look the Republican them and I look the SLPP. Not the same. Just the way of their attitude, the way they think and all that stuff. But the fact of the matter remains. What do they say now? We want to let people understand. Say that guy wouldn't kill. The FBI know they kill the people anymore because they go away and go for anybody they go for a lie. Every day the FBI they make arrest in this country. Every day the DEA they make arrest in this country. Drug Enforcement Agency there. Every day they make arrest because they try for cover. I Sierra Leone they say they go and make arrest against the Kush. If you say know the people that really import the Kush out of the country, but we get members of parliament that will be sit down. We don't be think say it's a priority for say, Lord, we what you for do for stand up for hand this Kush epidemic? Then they hear them, they see them, they see the video them, put them picking them affected and picking them protected. Matter of fact, they say some of the members of parliament, especially the APC, don't bring them picking in America. So, but these are all the things. Una the language, una the suffer. Well, Kashi, as if I will extend this, so but say a freestyle was intended now. Left to you. Anyways.
Sorry, I think we should end it, Ibrahim.
Yes. Okay, guys. Well, we'll come back to small. Bye bye, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Reflect and think. Catch you one closer.
Well, Ibrahim, we go back. Look, I think we close with Agata. You see, Salon people, this is not the two way we don't talk. these politicians and they destroy lives in that country there, and you see how it will end. They use them, and this is the thing. People and they use like they enjoy for use. Then think they are protecting politicians because this is how Arata gets Motuka because he kill people them. Arata get Motuka because he oppress like opposition them. People that will stand up against like this government in bad things the way they do. You see how it will end now. Now they don't use them, they dump them. Like waiting come remind me of as well, like with is it John Paul also, where Prince Adam used, and then at the end of the day, like Lukusai end, he died, and Prince Adam back if anyone, they actually kind of like they be killing as well. He died one day, right? This is the society we will try for. We need to get we use them for be productive because the world they wait for make we be productive so we can help with the crisis of the world, Ibrahim, and not only will they help the world. But we self the kind of like empower we self and develop we self.
I tell you.
This is waiting with the dream for Salon.
Absolutely, Kashi. Look, the other day I see that video of the Mediterranean. Salon brother and sister and Kashi, then they celebrate. Say they succeed for cross the water for come, overseas. Hey, my brother Kashi, I don't know how they feel, man. Anyways, but if we saw they go, they continue on and on.
Exactly.
All the fire. Sad. Okay, guys. Bye bye, everybody.